Gold Rush star Rick Ness hasn't started the new season yet, but he is already making headlines. Just hours after his now ex-fiancée Liz Airy accused Rick of cheating on her at least 6 times, he found himself having an online rant with a member of Team Rally. Why did Rick Ness go ballistic on Morgan Lauren? Moreover, what did his ex-fans have to say about Morgan Lauren? On Saturday, Gold Rush Season 14 newcomer Morgan Lauren posted on her Facebook page that she is in Canada. While this seemed innocent enough, Rick's ex-fiancee's post accusing him of being addicted to hookers and coke was what fans wanted to talk about. This led to an explosive exchange that wound up deleted. Although Morgan has deleted it, Liz Airy shared it all on her Instagram page. What exactly transpired? Although this all seems very confusing, it all started with a top fan with a timely question. He asked, "Morgan Lauren, is it true Rick won't be coming back next season?" Liz Airy said in her post that he has an addiction to coke and prostitution. Morgan's response was, "Jim Nelson trying my best to word this in the most appropriate manner. Even if there was a shred of truth in what she has to say, and I'm not saying there is, it's going to be twisted in some fashion. The last person I'd be listening to is her." Basically, the fan was concerned that Rick would not be allowed into Canada or on the Discovery show because of the serious allegations made in Liz's recent post about her ex-fiancé Rick Ness. In turn, Morgan seemed to downplay anything that Liz said. This triggered Rick. In a lengthy rant, the Gold Rush star went ballistic on Morgan Lauren. He started his rant with, "There is no way for you to word this in the most appropriate manner because when you had no actual personal knowledge or first-hand experience of something, literally anything you try and say about it is going to be inappropriate." He then continued to tell her that you've overstepped your boundaries into areas where you don't belong and aren't welcome. You are then answering questions about things as if you are, and that is the problem. He went on to talk about how she has set up her social media to answer questions, like you know every little detail about every little thing involving this business. He then pointed out how she only worked 1 season. Lastly, he wrote, "I think you may have forgotten the one thing that I asked from you in return for this opportunity. I said do not become a problem, and that is all I've seen." Although this entire exchange was deleted, Morgan did answer one fan who asked if she would be back next season. Her response seemed tepid. "Michael Bishop not sure what the plan is as of yet for returning to the show, but I'll be minding one way or another." Did Rick Ness fire Morgan? We don't have any evidence of this. But it does seem that although she is ready to work, she is not sure what her situation is. However, she seems determined to be mining this season. But will Morgan Lauren be back on the Discovery series? That remains to be seen. As previously mentioned, the former fiancée of Gold Rush star Rick Ness, Liz Airy, posted this entire exchange. In addition, she posted a lengthy statement on how she tried to respond to Morgan Lauren's statement, but she was blocked. In addition, she blocked Rick. That seems to indicate that there is little or no chance Amanda is returning to Team Rally. Moreover, it certainly sounds like this animosity has been going on for quite some time. However, it all looks very complicated. It seems odd that Rick would explode at Morgan Lauren for her statement that will not affect his position on Discovery. Meanwhile, he seemed to defend his ex-fiancée in this situation, despite making some pretty serious accusations that could prevent him from returning to Canada or Discovery. The world of Gold Rush has always been filled with high-octane drama and larger-than-life personalities, but one recent incident involving star Rick Ness and former Gold Rush cast member Morgan Lauren has raised the stakes of reality TV drama to a whole new level. What started as a social media exchange quickly spiraled into a public confrontation, with Rick Ness going ballistic on Morgan Lauren online, causing a storm of backlash, confusion, and speculation. In this article, we break down the heated incident, explore what led to Rick's public meltdown, and assess the impact it could have on his career and relationship with fans. From the cryptic social media posts to the explosive fallout, this drama has set the Gold Rush community buzzing. The build-up. What sparked the public feud? To fully understand the drama, we need to rewind to where it all began. Rick Ness, one of the fan-favorite miners on Gold Rush, has built his career on being an honest, no-nonsense guy who has earned his stripes in the ruthless world of gold mining. Alongside his team, he's faced some of the toughest conditions imaginable, but despite the stress of gold mining, Ness had always managed to stay relatively calm and collected until recently. Morgan Lauren, a former cast member, had initially joined Gold Rush as part of the crew and appeared in various episodes, working on the same mining site as Rick. While she wasn't as central to the show as some other cast members, Morgan had her own moments of fame on the series, which led to a following of fans who admired her outspoken and unfiltered personality. However, it wasn't long before Morgan began posting on social media about her frustrations, both with the show and with some of her former co-stars, including Rick. While the exact details are still murky, Morgan's cryptic posts hinted at tensions between her and Rick. It seemed that she had felt undervalued and perhaps even mistreated during her time on the show. Her posts, though never fully explaining the situation, implied that there had been professional and personal differences between her and some of the main cast members, including Rick. Rick Ness's explosive response. On a seemingly ordinary day, Morgan posted a statement on her social media which fans quickly noticed. The post was full of vague references and subtle digs, making it clear that she wasn't happy with her treatment. The message hinted that she had been misrepresented on the show and suggested that there were things going on behind the scenes that viewers weren't aware of. It didn't take long for Rick to catch wind of Morgan's posts. In a shocking turn of events, he responded not through a private conversation or through a formal statement, but directly on social media, and his response was nothing short of ballistic. In a now infamous post, Rick didn't hold back, letting loose on Morgan with a barrage of harsh words and accusations. He referred to her as someone who was trying to stay relevant and called her out for attempting to make herself the victim of a situation that, according to him, didn't exist. Rick claimed that Morgan had always been difficult to work with, stating that her behavior was disruptive to the crew's dynamic and ultimately contributed to her departure from the show. Some people are desperate for attention, and when they can't get it through hard work, they'll find another way, Rick wrote in his post. He went on to call her actions unprofessional and accused her of trying to tear others down in order to build herself up. The tone of Rick's post was filled with frustration and anger, and he didn't shy away from pointing out Morgan's lack of respect for the team and the challenges they faced. His rant quickly gained traction, with fans on both sides of the feud weighing in. Some expressed support for Rick, citing his history as a hard worker and straight shooter, while others sided with Morgan, claiming that Rick was being too harsh and disrespectful. The fallout, social media chaos, and fan reactions. Rick's post went viral almost immediately, and the drama between him and Morgan exploded across social media. Fans of Gold Rush were divided, with some labeling Rick as the hero in this situation, while others accused him of taking his frustrations out on someone who had already been hurt by her experiences on the show. The comment sections on both Rick's and Morgan's posts were flooded with heated exchanges and a growing chorus of opinions. For some fans, this new drama was simply more fuel to the fire of reality TV antics. After all, reality shows thrive on conflict and drama, and Gold Rush has never been a stranger to that. However, for others, this very public feud raised questions about the authenticity of the show's relationships and how the pressure of working in such a high-stakes environment could affect the cast members. The fallout didn't just remain on social media, it began to affect the fanbase's view of the show itself. Fans began questioning whether the tension between Rick and Morgan was just the tip of the iceberg. Were there more behind-the-scenes conflicts that had been kept hidden for the sake of the show's image? Did the cast members have a real friendship, or were they merely actors playing a role for the camera? Some fans also took issue with the way Rick handled the situation. While they appreciated his candor and no-nonsense attitude, many felt that publicly airing grievances in such a dramatic manner was unprofessional. After all, reality TV may be about drama, but should it be at the cost of people's personal lives?